I don't want to hear 50 songs on an album. I'm sorry. That's just my position. I don't have the time. I just don't have the time.
Dude, how many times have I said in the neighborhood, dude, give me 8 to 12. I think
perfect.
Thriller had like 10 songs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I love
Make
that
them
people-
count.
Yes, man. Like, give me quality, not the quantity. Big Boy's Neighborhood. All right, it's a pleasure to have this man back in the neighborhood. Miguel,
What's up?
welcome back to the neighborhood, man.
Man, thank you for
We've
having
done
me.
this.
Yes, we have.
And
big
look at
bro.
this, man. God, look at us. Look at God. We are still here.
Yeah.
I heard
Still
that, bro.
going.
Yeah,
Still
and
going.
yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Chaos is the new album.
Caos, that's right.
Caos.
Chaos.
Ah, Chaos.
You can say
and
that
is that chaos?
Chaos. Yeah. And
Chaos.
chaos. Yeah.
All
Chaos.
right, and why Chaos? Why the title? Why Chaos? Why Chaos?
Oh man, I think it's the perfect way to kind of, it's the perfect word for what it takes when you're really needing to make some big changes, make some shifts.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's kind of a reflection of like what we're seeing. It's just crazy right now. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
dude. The times that we're in right now, bro. People said it was going to get crazy, but I think it's crazier than what people anticipated. You know, and then there's some people that look through different goggles as well, and it's it's a beautiful world that's happening right now. Depending on what goggles you're looking for.
That's right.
But with Chaos, the album,
That's right.
when you go to make
Y'all
this kind
been
of
getting him to practice his Spanish. And
well, you know,
everything, man.
my wife is Mexican. You know what I'm saying? And my whole life I've been next door neighbors.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So this just isn't for your album.
That's right.
You remember I sung with Vicente Fernandez, bro. Vicente
Really?
Fernandez, I sung Acá Entre Nos live on
Really?
stage.
Wow.
Bro, Google me.
I gotta look
Shit.
that up. I didn't know that.
Oh my God, bro. Nah, bro. Come on now. I gets down, brother.
Vicente Fernandez, that's
You know?
crazy.
Hey man,
That's
but
wild.
going into this album
Yeah.
with the actual title itself, man, is there a lot of growth when you title an album as such?
I mean, I would like to. I feel like it's been a lot of growth. I think you can hear it on the album. What the album is talking about is very different than my previous work in terms of just the breadth of conversation. I know a lot of my audience know me for songs that primarily focus on love,
Right.
you know, sex, romance, and they have that emotion driving the music, and the lyric is often in that tone and in that conversation. But this album is more of a life album.
Right. And I noticed that because it's not like the R&B, you know, the Miguel, you know, which no one should put someone in a box. You know, and was that intentional that you did the project as such?
I mean, you're always gonna get Miguel.
Right.
You're gonna get the Miguel you know and you've grown to love. So songs like New Martyrs,
Yes.
you know, Always Time on the album, you're gonna get what you know from me, but I'm also a human being. And so, yeah, I think the work reflects a different kind of attitude and a different kind of headspace that makes sense for the time and also for where I'm at in my life. So it's reflective of just aggressively looking to make my next move my best move.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and that's what the album, I think, really captures.
Do you feel like you could have made this body of work 5 years ago?
Man, a part of this album,
Or were you living the album?
I've been living it.
Yeah.
I've been living it and documenting and it's revealed itself in the last 8 years. So it's taken time. So some of 5 years ago is in this album.
Right.
Some 8 years, you know. Some is just a few months ago, short months ago.
When you say, when we talk about 8 years, has it been about 8 since the last project?
Since the last
Which
project.
is
yeah.
wild, Miguel, because you still look the same.
Man, that's
It don't seem like you disappeared. You know,
we haven't been there. I don't know. You're aging backwards.
right, man. Well, don't tell my knees that. You know what I'm saying?
Mine neither.
My knees are like, bro.
And my back.
Yeah. My dance steps, Miguel, are totally different. You know, I know how to keep. There's a certain thing that you got to know where to
It's
keep
all
it
in the
at.
shoulders.
Yeah,
You gotta
man.
keep
And
this in
you know,
shoulders.
I had surgery. You know, like skin. You know, I got loose skin too.
Yeah.
So when you did that suspension thing in 2023,
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I had a gang of skin he could have used.
Yeah,
for
it's like you need some extra. Don't worry.
Yeah, I would have still been
help.
with my feet on the ground. It would have, you know. But when you look at where you are now, bro,
man.
you know,
Man, that's wild.
just in life, you know, do you feel like when people say, "Oh, this is my most vulnerable project," and it sounds such like a cliche, or it sounds like a phrase that people use?
It's like the stock answer.
Is
Right.
it though?
This is my most introspective.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most introspective album. I feel like I've been vulnerable on this album in ways I've never been vulnerable, and you
you've
can
been
hear it
vulnerable.
on. Yeah, you can hear it on Always Time.
Mhm.
I mean, if you go watch the video for Always Time, all of that is real.
Mhm.
That is one take of real, honest emotion, and it wasn't something that I could fake. It was in
Right.
real. It just that's just what happened, you know. Um,
Is it scary to be that vulnerable?
it's new.
Mhm.
It's a new. It's what I wanted. It's what I want from my relationship with my audience. I
Mhm.
want to be able to have life conversation because I realize, man, big boy, man, you've seen artists come and go.
Mhm.
They've had big songs, massive songs, and they were great. It was you couldn't escape
Yeah.
the song. And where are they now?
Yeah,
Plenty,
man.
plenty have come and gone. You know, I think what we're seeing now is the opportunity artists have is to really connect with their audience on a personal level, and it's them. They're locked in, and they stay locked in, and the artist can grow and evolve as they should, as we do as human
Yeah.
beings. You know, and I decided over the last 8 years that if I was going to be able to do this sustainably, that I would need to build a more personal relationship with my audience. And so this album is actually really a beginning of a deeper relationship with my audience.
Is this therapeutic for you as well?
And it feels good.
Mm-hmm.
It really feels good to kind of just be like, hey, I don't have all the answers, and I'm not trying to
Yeah.
act like I have all the. I mean, that's what being a parent would do to you.
Oh, Lord
as
have
well,
mercy.
You know, it would
Man.
definitely do that.
And
Yeah.
you have one now, or is you
one.
Hey,
Yeah.
man, don't your whole life change for the better? And whatever it is, but
Yeah.
it changes
Yeah.
when you have that child, bro.
Yeah.
And it's wild because you could set up, and not that life was always about I and me, but there were times where it was like, oh, I can go do that tour, I can go do that show, I can go do this, and you had to, of course, care about a significant other and weigh in on an opinion.
Yeah.
But when you have your child,
Different.
totally, bro.
Also, how you show up too, how you hold yourself accountable. Because believe it. Tomorrow, the next day, whatever happens, whatever you did today, they're gonna be there, and they're gonna have needs, and you're gonna want to be there, you know, and show up your best, you know. And sometimes it's just life is crazy, so you wanna. It's like you think I consider my decisions, all of my decisions, and with so much more. You know, everything has so much more of a like, okay, well, how's this gonna hit? You know, and what is it gonna mean, and how I can show up. But I mean that loss, like death in the family, my cousin passed, my grandparents are gone, life is, this album is not just, it's not one part. It's like, it's life. It's like everything. It's so
Miguel,
I'm
I talk
excited
to
about
people
it.
sometimes about decades, right?
Mhm.
And you got to figure, and I'll just paraphrase for you, and you'll understand this, and then I want to hear some of yours. Now, usually in a decade from your first birthday to your 10th birthday, you've done preschool, you've been a child, you've done certain things, you know, but you're 10 to 20. When you're 10 to 20, you've been on an elementary campus, you've been on a middle school campus, you've been on a high school campus, you've been maybe on some college, your first relationships. There's a lot, your first jobs, graduations. There's a lot that comes in that 10 years, right, for that decade. What was your 20 to 30 decade, and what was your 30 to 40 decade? Like my 20 to 30 decade was, I was a bodyguard for the Far Side. I did some college.
I never knew that.
I had some gray moments in life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then in no particular order, I got a radio gig from bodyguard, and the Baker Boys put me in a position. And then from there, I bought my mom her first house. I was in like a relationship, everything, man. And from 10 to 20, bought my mom the house. Then from 20 to 30, then my mom, I lose my mom that decade on my 29th year. So then going into my 30, I meet the love of my life that decade. I had my first child, my second child. It's so much that come in that.
Yeah.
What was your 20 to 30 or your 30 to 40? Because you're about to be 40, correct?
Yeah. This
Like
week.
in a heartbeat.
This week.
What was that
Yeah.
20 to 30 like for
October 23rd.
you? Hello.
Oh.
Release day of the album.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Release day of Caos. That's right. Man, 20 to 30, super significant. First song got signed my record deal. Records on radio for the first time.
Yeah.
This is before social media, way before. So this is like, it's a big deal. You know what this is like. This is like artists. That's a significant thing for artists. And what else? I went on tour for the first time. Kind of. I met you.
Yeah. Hello. I thought you were gonna lead with
Legend,
that.
Legend, right? I should have. That's what I should
It's all right.
have.
I'll get it in the edits.
Met you in person. Met you in person. Got on the radio, the early one. You know what I'm saying? The wake up show.
Mhm.
We did our first tour. I toured with Mary J. Blige, Usher, Alicia Keys, a bunch of who else, man? I mean, I did my own tour with I did my own touring. Went on tour with Trace. I mean, we did a bunch of career stuff in my 20s
And this
to
is
30s.
setting up to the 20 to 30. So then it sets you up for your 30s,
Yeah.
that decade, bro.
30s. I got married, got divorced,
Yep.
had a child,
See?
had my first son. Put out a couple of great albums. Won my Grammy. Oh no, I'm sorry. I won my Grammy in my 20s. Excuse me. So I take that back. Won my first Grammy in my 20s. But in my 30s, this was a healing.
Yeah.
I think this decade has been. I lost my grandparents.
See?
I lost my cousin just passed, a year and a half ago, and that was hard because she was young. Rest in peace, Chelsea. That one hit the family real hard. Just watched all of my family get older.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Just
man,
getting
but how wild is that?
Yeah.
That all that happened in 10 years.
Crazy. Like you said.
Child, married, divorced, grandparents, relatives. Like that's and the accolades in it. But there's a lot of life that comes in that time. So when you sit down and you think about the album, that's a life album.
Yeah.
And when you say over the last 8 years, so that's in that decade.
It's a decade, yeah.
That we're talking about.
It's the majority of that decade.
Yeah,
is
man.
in this album.
And there's a lot of growth. And there's also a lot of things that's familiar and a lot of things that's unfamiliar. And I think the things that's unfamiliar are the ones like having your first child. And I would tell people, Miguel, I say, man, like, dude, I've never fallen in love with anything faster in my life. There's no car. There's no amount of money that you would look at and say, "Oh my God, I just met you," and I would live and I would die. I would kill for you.
Kill.
And I just met you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you definitely have that connection with your child.
Oh my gosh. I mean, catching him and then carrying him. I mean, I put him on his mom's. I placed him on her chest, and then they wiped him down, and he was crying. And I picked him up. They asked me if I'd like to take him to the weighing station. Yeah. And I said, absolutely. They place him in my hands. And he's crying and he's flailing. And I sing a song that I've been singing to him since he was in the womb. I sing The Makings of You by Curtis Mayfield. Oh, my goodness.
Just like that?
Oh, my goodness. He stopped immediately. And he opened his eyes and he looked me dead in the eyes and he just kind of relaxed. And he didn't cry until I placed him down.
You can't get that feeling anywhere else, huh?
The most, it's just, I don't know how to tell anyone.
No.
How
and
that,
you know what, dude? I couldn't,
goodness.
There's people that I've had this conversation with, right? I used to hear it before I had kids, not the way that we're having it now, but I would hear people because I never thought I was going to have kids. I was the same as you, bro. I didn't have my first child till I was like 38. You know what I'm saying? And so I think I was ready to receive my first child. Not that I was out wilding or anything, but I just had set up life where I could say, okay, you know what? I have dedicated time now, and I had the right person, and I accepted the blessing of it. But when I would look, I would say, man, I didn't think I was gonna have kids.
Mm-hmm.
I used to literally be on air, Miguel, and I would say, man, if I have a kid, I'm gonna name my first kid Oops.
Mm-hmm.
I would name my second kid Accident. I would literally be at the store and I would walk down and I would see like diapers and I'd be like, I'm never going down there.
Yeah.
And then I met someone and the connection, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, there was nothing that ever fulfilled that feeling. And I'm pretty sure there's no tour, there's no Grammy, you know what I'm saying, that you would say, man, it doesn't compare. It doesn't compare.
Change my whole outlook. I think the kind of like the order of events really have led me to this album in a way that prepared me to address all of the things that needed to be addressed. You know, I think losing my grandparents, kind of going through divorce, learning how to let go and really like and figure out, okay, well, what needs to be let go, what needs to be held on to, building a new relationship, you know, finding love again and having a child, and then, you know what I mean, and really really looking at what my next 10 years is going to be like, especially with him, you know. I think all of that are poured into this album, and there's nothing that I could have never expected to have this kind of like drive again, to be like, I really want to do this, because it comes with a lot of, as you know, it comes with a lot of scrutiny, a lot of time lost, time missed with loved ones and friends and
you give
family.
up a lot.
You sacrifice so much.
Yeah.
And look, everything comes with sacrifice. That's one thing I've learned. So there's no woe is me. It's just a part of when you have a purpose and you feel like you have a purpose, it comes at the cost of something.
Yeah.
All of us sacrifice.
And that's
something.
what I tell people. Everybody got their own story. And
Yeah.
I tell people, man, it's not the woe is me. It's kind of the yo is me. Like, yo is me.
Yeah.
This is what I'm just talking about for
right.
me at this moment and at this time. You know, and so when you go into where it's like, man, sometimes I remember, dude, this one person told me, he said, man, getting old sucks. And they were just playing. But there's so much real life and real thought that comes with it now. And I always talk to people, bro, and there's this enoughs that we all got to deal with. And I have my enoughs. Mariana has hers. Louis has his. Wacko has his. You know, Ani has hers. The ones that's in here. You have yours.
Yeah.
And are your enoughs ever, man, I got to be significant other enough. I got to be R&B enough. I got to be pop enough. I got to be black enough. I got to be brown enough. I got to be dad enough. I got to be, you know.
Right.
What's your enoughs? And I'm pretty sure I named a gang of them already.
You did. I mean, you hit him. Dad enough. I mean, just under that to me is like real enough with myself. And I don't want to get all super, like make it all super heavy, but you gotta, I've learned, this is, and this may sound crazy, but until you can be really real with yourself, and it's easy to not be really real with yourself when your focus is always pulling your attention into creating and being on 10 and the camera.
Yeah,
and
we all have a
doing that.
reason too.
You know what I mean? It's easy to kind of like avoid things that, am I really being real here? You know what I mean? And like looking at what it is, what's really in front of you.
Yeah, the man in the mirror.
Yes. So I think that's right up under that, because it affects how I am with my, you know, and how I can show up for him. It used to be, am I black enough? Am I Latino enough? Am I Mexican? You know,
We've had those conversations.
It used to be that. I think the most amazing thing over the past 8 years is finding a tremendous pride of not feeling like I have to show up more or less than in any room, you know?
Right.
But just being like, no, I'm accepted. I've accepted myself for all the great things that I've been given through my cultures, you know? And I'm uniquely positioned to be both, you know, and to be like, nah, I'm good. And I think that's one of the things that informed the album and why it felt natural on this album to write and sing in Spanish.
Right.
It felt natural as opposed to like, you know, there's a big market out there, because everybody wants to hit you with you know, there's a lot of Latinos out there, you know, the numbers are growing. It's like, man, you're Mexican in this. Why don't you? And I'm like, that doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel. So I think doing a lot of the that work just led to writing in Spanish, singing in Spanish. And I think the songs like El Pleito is like,
Boom.
man,
I was going to ask, what inspired you to speak on political issues through El Pleito, and
yeah,
particularly in this time?
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I
It's one of my
feel.
favorite songs by now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's yeah. I think that's the soul of the album. And Pleito is a reflection of I think the sacrifice any anyone makes to see opportunity and pursue opportunity on their own behalf and on behalf of their family. And it's a homage to every single person across time, across space, who's given up comfort of their home and left it to do better, or for the opportunity to do better. And I think what's really special about that song is that it starts with a looking at myself and going like, man, like I really sacrificed a lot to be here for a promise that I thought was all good. And I learned that it came with some contingencies. And with that, what I found was a tremendous pride and what that sacrifice meant, not just for me, but on my behalf, from my family, from my father, from his grandmother, from his mother and hers, and my mom's mom and all of that, and how that culminates. And it represents the tremendous pride I have, you know, to be here in this position, in this place, to be able to represent my family. And like that we all, you know, and it's like, man, and then also it's like, it's also kind of a reckoning, because the line is like, no crucé la frontera nos cruzó, which is like, we didn't cross the border crossed us, you know? And it's the line is like, ahí en la tierra encuentras mi sangre, superando mis fronteras, no crucé la frontera nos cruzó. That's saying, I've poured, my family, my lineage has poured its blood into this earth to overcome our limitations. And then it draws the word limitation in Spanish, and frontera, which is like the border, same word can be used. So it's like connecting like how we've pushed our boundaries, and then that we didn't cross any boundaries. In doing so, the boundaries crossed us. So it's just there's a lot of, it's hard to explain it in you know what I mean? There's a nuance there, but it's the soul of the album, man. And I'm like, it represents, I think, a new just honor and pride.
When did you put pen to paper for that?
That's actually one of the last ones on the album. Like that's what I was saying. Like even in the last few months, short months, the album really revealed itself, and it was that song really like got it. The album is done.
Why was it necessary? You know, because some people, they don't want that. Some people are like, you know, let's just make an album and let's, you know, I don't want to touch it. Why was it important for you to use your voice? And sometimes we say, oh man, sometimes we could be the voice for the voiceless. Why was it important for you, Miguel?
I don't know that I don't think that I'm, my intention wasn't to be, and I don't want to be, I think I've said things that touch on political.
Right.
But what I am is,
human?
It's more human. It's like humanitarian. You took, you know, you see it. It's like, I'm not saying anything here and now. And I've been outspoken about politicians before. I think where I am here now in this version of myself is like, I don't care really. I mean, I'll voice my opinion about when in the way that it's meant to be on a ballot or whatever, because, you know, maybe I want to believe that my action is more about me, you know, and me exercising my right or speaking my voice, speaking my mind. But when it comes to the art part, it's about like my human experience. And so the song isn't particularly political, I wouldn't say. I think it's just humanitarian. It's just like, man, like
Emotion.
all of us, like everybody, nobody here except for the indigenous people of this land, who have also been taken advantage of, are not from here. We're not.
Isn't that wild?
You know what I'm saying? We are all immigrants here. So the song is like really speaking to that, and more so talking about like the pride that I have and what it means to sacrifice one's like comfortability to chase possibility and opportunity.
When
Yeah.
you look at what's going on now, and you look at ICE and deportations and Border Patrol, how hard is that for you to see certain things and what the reality is?
The question is like, what does that mean in the next 5 years, the next 10 years? Because it's a systematic approach. There's like today it is ICE, an unregulated, operation, pulling people out of their homes, including citizens, with no due process and putting them in places we have no way of tracking or following up on. We don't know where, in many instances, these people go. Where are they putting them? And how are we processing them to send them back home, according to what the objective is supposed to be? What's happening? And in 5 years, how does that proliferate as citizens here? What can that turn into? I don't have the answer, but it does make me worry. It does make me question, like, well, if we're not doing anything about that today, like, what happens in next year and then the next year? It's like it's never everything turns on.
Yeah.
It's like they just push the line just enough where you're like, yeah, fine. It's a scroll. You're like, okay, cool. It's not enough to really trigger anything, but you accept it, and they push it a little farther.
Yeah.
And you look up 5 years later, and we're in a police state. You know what I mean? It's totality. So I don't know.
And they've been scrolling like this though.
Oh yeah, Life been scrolling like for Price is Right. You like
with two hands. You know what I'm saying? Like try to get that to add up to $1. Yeah, but it's real things that's going on, man. And I think that's why we need like that kind of release as well. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I gotta back off social media. Sometimes I gotta back off of television. Even today, like there's sometimes like, man, we were talking about something. I was like, dude, why are we talking about that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's just some things, and then there's music that takes you away as well, bro.
Yeah.
And I find myself always trying to find something because we live in it, and then you gotta get a position where you kind of gotta get out of it, man. Where do you go to just kind of like not even physically get away? Like where's your comfort? How do you turn off all the clutter and the chatter and the things like that, Miguel?
I wrote a song about that on this album called Rip.
Like here it go. I got it. No.
You got it? Yeah. I was like, oh yeah. I mean, it depends. Like I'll go to movies. Movies is always.
You have to sneak in when it's dark.
Man, it's been a long time.
Oh, okay.
I've been to that. I snuck into a film, but that actually sounds fun.
Yeah.
Actually, I shouldn't say this, but
I'll say it.
No. You go to one movie and then you sneak into the next. That's
still
the
do that?
jam.
So that never goes away, huh?
It's been a long time. It never goes away. It's a
Hey,
hanger.
dude, but you one of those people where if I
Double
saw it, I'd
feature.
be like, man, Miguel not doing that.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be like, oh, he got the ticket.
And I'll take advantage of that.
Yeah, same.
I will.
You know how much stolen stuff I have at the house because the little thing will go off and they be like, oh, Big, go on.
Like,
He's good.
the machine been tripping for weeks. We
Big, go on,
gotta
Big.
get that fixed. Can we please get
Big, you good?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
good?
No, go on.
Is
Sorry,
there
I got you.
is there Miguel privilege?
There's a little bit.
I'm glad you
there
said
is.
that because
There is.
Miguel, some people don't recognize that. There's pretty girl privilege, there's lady privilege, there's big boy privilege, there's white privilege.
That's right.
You got everybody has some kind
Just
of
a little
privilege.
bit.
Yeah, there's
Just a little bit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
For sure at the movie theater, for sure. If
Really
I don't
though?
got the right ticket stub, they might let me slide.
Right.
They might let me slide.
Can you do Disneyland?
Nah, Disneyland not playing.
Really though?
They want that money.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
What about if there's a concert? And it's always the homies that be like, hey, we got Miguel over here, man. Miguel want to get us.
Concert, they will, but I'm more like, no, I'll buy a ticket. It's cool.
Right, yeah.
It's just
'cause
more
you're
so
on
the
the artist side too.
yeah,
though.
just backstage. You know how backstage goes. So that's where I will be like, no, but like I'm talking to them right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Like let's just make sure everything's cool. But no, at shows I want to buy the ticket.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I still believe in that.
Okay, 'cause we use your name a lot.
I buy records. I buy I buy music.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Can you go to a party without somebody looking at you? Like, the mic right here, man. Can you go to a wedding or you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, Miguel. If I invited you somewhere,
And you just and I show up and like, You know,
Yeah,
the mic
man.
is live.
Yeah, and all of a sudden it's gonna be like y'all had the instrumentals, huh?
Oh, that's crazy.
Adorn, huh?
Yeah, like man, that is
Oh.
wow, man. Like, you know all the J. Cole lyrics, huh?
That's crazy. Huh?
Yeah, but can you go to? Is there an expectation in your head where it's like, yeah, they probably gonna hand me the mic?
I'm ready.
Right.
I love it. I
Okay.
love this. I still love it.
That's
You know,
beautiful.
I still love it. Sometimes it'll be it's not the right time. You know, especially if it's the wrong party. Like if everybody's already on like a certain mode and it's like turn up time and they're like, yeah, let's play All I Want Is You. And
Right.
like that's not the right time. Don't do that. Don't do
Like,
that to me.
Treat it as a DJ set. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like,
You know, don't do that part
Right,
there.
right.
But I'm down.
you said not the right time for me. Like,
Bro,
don't
you
do
gonna
that
make
to me.
You're
Like,
making me look like I'm killing the party. Like I
Yeah.
don't wanna, that's not what we
True.
doing.
hey man, do you make love to your own music?
No.
Never.
No.
quick.
No,
He,
no,
hey,
no,
dude,
no.
he said no real quick. That motherfucker was in the middle of a sip. He was like, "Do you make love to your?" Oh no.
Someone's tried. That's why.
I reserve that for for music and songs that I like will not subconsciously start being like, damn, how did they record that? They got how did they get that tone? Or like, oh man, where I remember
So
like
you
this-
don't make love to any music?
No, there's like songs that I'm like, I don't even either they're so like
Yeah,
I'll
baby,
never
hold on, baby. What is that?
exactly.
There he is.
Oh, wait, do you hear this part? This is my favorite part. It's coming right.
Like, yeah. Now, if you listen to this, it's panning left to right, baby. Hold on. Put these headphones on. Put these headphones on.
And you know what they used right here? They didn't use the SM7. What they did was they
Yeah. What they
used
use,
the-
baby?
They ran that through. They ran that through. Not that's not tape. No, they actually like.
Right.
See, this
Do
is
you-
the very speed
Do
happening
you
right
listen
now.
to music different? Because let me tell you why I asked. Because my wife said that I messed up like movies and stuff, because I watch movies or listen to something a little different. I look at continuity. I'm like, hold on, man. His button was like this.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
she's like that.
Yeah.
Do you listen to music, and not judgmental, but do you listen to music different? Or not even just music,
sure.
videos, anything that's creative?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I gotta, and it's hard to turn off
It's
sometimes.
the gift. Yeah, you can't.
You have to really try hard.
Yeah.
That's why I love what I love about film and music that just takes you to another place. I still at least have a little bit of I can like just be emotional about work, like art or film, music, where it can take me away from like thinking about the technicality.
Gotcha.
I love when that happens. That's when I'm like, no, I love this, whatever I'm watching.
So
or
you can
listening to.
enjoy.
I still can.
Yeah.
For the most part, though, I'm dissecting.
Right.
I'm like, how did they do that?
Hey, bro, it never goes away either, though, man. It never. And I mean, I watch this stuff. I'm like, oh man, yeah. Oh wow, yeah. The clock said such and such. Now, that wasn't 10 seconds, but it's a whole different. Yeah, I'm bad. And my wife was like, yeah, you messed it up for me.
I'll be like,
I was
yo,
like, but I
look,
changed your life though. No.
yo, look at the cinematography right here is incredible. Like, look at that. Oh man, he did that same thing in this other film that he directed. Did you see that? Oh yeah. You know that scene? And we're going to
or
a
the
whole.
Spike Lee floating, walking.
Yeah,
like, it's
exactly.
just-
Yeah.
But with that
Ghazali,
that being said too, bro, like, are you in a position where when you look at certain things, do you know what, like, kind of the look, like when you release an album, do you know what you want that to feel like as far as the sequence? When you release a video, do you know what you want that video to look like?
Yeah.
So you're very much hands on.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Like finishing this album, I didn't know. I was like, I feel like we're getting there, but it needs something, and I just keep going.
When do you know when to stop?
When I can listen to every song and I'm not thinking about like all of my critique. I'm like, no, that's right.
Man,
that's right.
I'm looking here.
Yeah.
So if we got, from what I see here, just what they sent me.
Mm-hmm.
If there's 17 tracks on there, and I see that Killing, there's an instrumental, there's a couple of.
Mm-hmm.
So how many do you record if you
It's
got
12
between-
songs on the album, and
Okay.
then you got what's it called? I'm just letting everybody know who's listening. I'm like, it's 12
Right.
songs, yeah.
So you know what I love about the 12 too? 12
Yeah.
is a magic spot.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
I don't want to hear 50 songs on an album. I'm sorry, that's just my position. I don't have the time. I just don't have the time.
Dude, how many times have I said in the neighborhood,
Yeah.
dude, give me 8 to 12? I think
Perfect.
Thriller had like 10 songs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I love
Make
that
them
people-
count.
Yes, man. Like, give me quality. not the quantity.
That's
And
what
there's been some that's had more that's great. So this isn't a dig at anyone.
Valid.
I'm just saying that I
Valid.
can have your album, like literally this morning, I could roll into work listening to the album and I didn't say, oh man, I got 14 more songs in here.
Still haven't finished that album,
Yeah, man.
but I'm gonna get to it after.
Yeah, that's my New Year's resolution.
right.
To get through this whole album.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that was by design. That's intentional.
For sure. For sure.
If you do 12, how many do you record?
I've done. 8 years is a lot of time.
Yeah, man.
So I've made and
A lot of life.
A lot of life. I wasn't sure in that 8 years that I wanted to continue. I didn't know that I wanted to continue as an artist.
Really?
Yeah. I was this is a lot. It's a lot, man. I mean, already I've been on the radio maybe 2 times already, and it's like I'm hearing stuff that's like, man, you taking this out of context, or you're adding your own flavor to what I said, or you're twisting my words like this, and also it's not even about the music like that. We put ourselves in the line, it's life. Your life becomes other people's conversation.
Yeah, and the clickbait too. Like I literally sit down, Miguel, and I could talk with someone for an hour.
Valid.
And what they pull out, I'm like, wow.
Man, and you're so good at it. You're so good. It's intentional. But after 8 years of not doing this thing, and then the mic is on, and they ask you a question, you're like, I was not expecting that. And then so you're like trying to figure the right way to say this so that it's communicated properly.
Right.
By the time you do that, already they done picked you apart. Oh, you stumbled on this. Well, he don't even feel it.
Yeah.
And so, I didn't know over these last 8 years if I really wanted to put myself in that position again. And I knew that, I'm a writer. I'm a songwriter.
You enjoy the music.
I love
sometimes the music business.
Yes, the music, exactly.
Things that come with it.
What people don't understand is like there's different kinds of approaches when I am creating. There's the writer who loves a great song. A great songwriter can write a song and it'll be a great song as a country song or the same song. You take the lyric and the melody and you put it with different production, and it can be a country song, it could be a rock song, it could be a R&B song, a pop song, whatever. A great song is a great song is a great song. It's why I love Stevie Wonder. It's why I love Diane Warren. It's why why I love Gamble and Huff. Why I love, I love great songwriting. And I proved that I can write a great song over the course of my career. But writing a great song and being a great artist, 2 different things. A great artist, you connect with the artist. You love the artist, not the song necessarily. And the greatest ones, the iconic, do both. You love the artist and what they represent, what they stand for, what they are able to how they transport you and believe in, and their message, all of the things they embody. You love them like that, and they have great music.
You get this and that.
Yes, and the fan base follows that way. And I think where I'm at in this part of my career is like I want the fan base, the audience that loves the artist, because I'm going to change.
Right.
I'm not a restaurant. I'm a restaurateur. You go to a restaurant for your favorite dish. After a while, you'd be like, all right, I got my 2-3 hitters. When I go there, I know I'm going to eat this, and it's going to bang. That's going to bust, and I'm going to love it, and cool. Boom, wow, you done, right? I'm more like I will curate a entire menu. You know what I mean? I'm like thinking about not just like what's on the menu, the cuisine. I'm thinking about, but it's also me. All of it is a reflection of me, and every album is a new restaurant. It's a new experience. It's a new thing. And as an artist, I think, or as an audience, I think people forget that there's a difference. And so how I'm approaching it now is like I'm a restaurateur. Every album is you're going to get the whole experience. I chefed that. I created the menu, the cuisines that I'm pulling from, and the restaurant itself, how it looks, how it feels, the service, who's serving you, how they serve you, all of that. That's like, it's all a part of the vision. So,
and then where are the Yelp reviews?
Exactly. That's what we need. That's actually what we need.
Hey man, but when you look at where you are in the album, you were just talking about how a song, it could be country, it could be this, it could be that. By design, when you listen to Caos, that could have been, those lyrics could have been on any kind of groove. But I noticed that it's not just like, oh, it's that, oh yeah, it's that R&B, it's that, you know what I'm saying? Like you took, it felt like to me, you took some creative, not challenges, but you went away from the norm. And maybe I'm not explaining it like went away from, but it's just, there's a different feel to this album.
Word. The one thing I'll say is like, I can hear where I was pushing the boundary early in my career. I've always been pushing the boundary. When All I Want Is You came out, that's not how R&B sounded, and it certainly wasn't what R&B. That was not on the radio.
Real quick, that album's 15 years old next month.
Man, that's crazy.
Amen.
All I Want Is You. Yeah, amen. That's
Go ahead
crazy. Now. Big shout out to everybody who's been listening to All I Want Is You and the records on there. I mean, it's a good time. But we were pushing the boundaries of the sound and the approach back then, right? That's not what was expected at the time, and I was pushing boundaries then. And I'm so blessed to now see how that sound, I can hear it in the emerging artists and the impact that we had. And then Kaleidoscope Dreams, not how R&B sounded at the time. And we were pushing the boundary then. Myself and a handful of others, my contemporaries as well, we created a new genre that then had to be included in the Grammy. You know what I'm saying? So we were pushing, but I was pushing boundaries then. And then you go and you keep going. I've always been challenging myself to incorporate the sound of my life and where I'm coming from sonically in the music. And that's evolved. And so on this album, there's a lot of rhythm that come from both sides. The Latin side, a lot of alternative black music that came up from Detroit, from the past that people they're not even aware that techno is a black genre that was started by black people. You know what I'm saying? So bringing all of my influence, all of my Latin influence into it, and that's where the opening song Caos is like, I think is the perfect way to start the song, because it kind of like hits the tone of the album, and it also gives people the breadth of my cultural influence. And we'll continue to,
How do you know not
to do that?
How do you learn how to get out of your own way? Because sometimes,
I'm still learning.
Yeah, man. Things can die on the vine.
Yeah.
There's sometimes when there's great ideas, but we don't execute them. And then there's a lot where you can go. Creativity is wild, because you can create, and then now the audience, and I say audience broad, they're very fickle. And there's a lot of negativity now. And then everybody wants something like as we're sitting here, your new album is about to drop on the 23rd, your 40th birthday, right? By November 1st, somebody will say, man, when the new album coming? You know what I'm saying? But it's like we
need
got
more music from you, man.
Come on. Dude, I just gave you 12. but there's so many, and you probably remember where Time Magazine used to write an article. The Source Magazine used to give you mics. There were some people that was like the critics. Now with the device, everybody's a critic. How do you look at, are you a comment reader, or how do you balance that part of and being a creative force?
I don't like to spend time absorbing other people's opinions.
You got to learn that too, though.
It takes a tremendous amount of discipline.
Yeah, man.
It takes a lot of discipline, but also like it's just choices. I choose to focus on positive and like reinforce that. Like I will respond to positive. I will respond, and like on my social, I'll be like, "Thank you, big love. Really love that you love that song. Man, that's my favorite part too." Or whatever.
Right.
Like, I think encouraging conversation that feels like that's my audience, and anything else not my audience.
Right.
And I try not to take it personal, but sometimes that shit hurts.
It does.
Sometimes that shit be hurting.
It could be 99 great was in that one. You're like, damn. And then sometimes, bro, they could leave something and it could stick with you. and they done moved on.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They done moved on, bro.
it happens. It does happen. It really
man.
it has happened. But I'm not real big on my like Reddit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't really go there.
What's going on with me?
Nah.
Right? Yeah. What's going on with me right now?
No.
With your album, Caos, I have to ask, what's the story behind the killing? Because I feel like there was a lot of transitions there with the beats and like
love,
you singing. So
The Killing is like the introduction of a character that we all have in our lives, and there's like the ego, the super ego, and the id, which is like a psychology. It's like it's a way of kind of explaining like our motivations and some of the influence that that really like play into our decision making or what have you.
right.
You could tell I went to therapy.
Right. Yeah.
Therapy's key.
Yeah, man.
It's real.
It's crazy that we have those conversations now too, though.
Yeah.
And I love
man. It hits.
Yeah, because
It
you know
really
what's
does
wild
it.
about that, bro, is I come from an era where it was like people said shrink, they said head doctor,
Yeah.
oh, he's speaking to someone, he's crazy.
Yeah.
And it was a sign of weakness. You know what I'm saying? For however it was presented and delivered, and the response was that. And now people are like, yeah, man, you know, I could talk to a therapist. You're like, oh, okay. You know what I'm
Good
saying?
for you. You'd be like,
Yeah,
good for you.
as you should.
Yeah.
You- and as you should. But you
That's
have you in the last 5 years learned more about yourself because now you're kind of going inward, and I mean in, not the N-word. You know what I mean? But you know,
Definitely.
yeah,
going
I know you.
inward.
Yeah, I know. I know
need
you're not
to.
going YN. You know what I'm
Look,
saying?
yeah, you gotta go. This is it's definitely the biggest, most important thing I've learned is that's you got to know yourself. You know, you got to know yourself before you can even
Still searching too, though.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. You can presume to inform anyone else of who you are. You got to know, like knowing yourself is the one.
Hey man, you know people always say with Chris Brown, Michael Jackson.
Mm.
Do you get a lot of Miguel Prince?
Ooh. Man, I've gotten some of that coming up for sure. I mean, you know, like early on, it's a trip because it's like I'm so happy to preserve a memory or parts of his influence in my work because we're getting older and people are like, who's
Right.
Prince? You know, and it's like, wow, it's such a tremendous like, it's an honor to carry a part of that torch, because that's a tremendous influence on me.
Yeah, man.
And I he's, you know, and look, rest in peace, D'Angelo.
Yeah, man, that was my next one. Bro.
Man, I'm talking about
that's
heroes.
that's another So D'Angelo, we just lost him pancreatic cancer, bro.
What?
When you hear those kind of things, just as entertainer, a creator, and also just a human being.
Listen, it is Prince we knew and loved over decades, you know, over and eras of, and he had plenty of work that we can go back and revisit and enjoy. I think the hardest part to accept is that we only have 3 albums from D'Angelo, you know, and it's like, oh, it just hurts a lot to think, man, and each one is classic and incredible. Like Voodoo is, I think a lot of people will say Voodoo is like, we celebrate funk and soul with that album in a whole different way, and it'll remain kind of like the place that we go. This is like, oh
Yeah, man.
modern and still soul classic, but pushing the boundary.
And there was no sloppy carbon copy to it. There was no like, oh, this sounds like, you know, even if it was a hook or a sample like D'Angelo, he also, and the same with you, Miguel, there's some people that know how to use their voice as an instrument. You know what I'm saying? And D'Angelo very much so has it, you know, and you're another one that know how to use your voice.
Thank you.
I mean I've seen you live, so this is just like, oh, that's, you know, that's in the studio. You know, one of my best social media clips is you going live.
That's right. We did do Adorn.
Oh yeah, man. You
in the morning.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, and you killed that, bro.
Thank you.
Are you another artist that's really like, you really think about what something is going to be, and you care about what something sounds like live?
Man,
That's a stupid question too, because I know you done gave it all up on live. Go
no,
ahead.
I love it. Yeah, I've had some good ones. I've had some not so good ones, but my mic is on.
Yeah, hell yeah, it is.
As Prince has said, my mic is on.
Yeah,
It's on. It is.
Amen.
It's all real. Yeah.
We're about to see Bad Bunny
That's
at
dope.
the 2026 Super Bowl
Man,
halftime
let's
performance.
go, Bad Bunny.
Come on, man.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Can you believe they really tried to be like, we're gonna have a separate
Yeah.
man.
halftime All American,
Crazy.
and you know what? Hip hop is invited too.
Yeah, I'm like, you show up,
you
you getting your ass
The
whooped for one.
audacity.
Yeah, yeah. Turning Point USA presents. Yeah,
Good luck.
yeah, man. Like, and I hope if they do it, they run it at the same time, so we could really have actual numbers.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Let's see
saying?
what ads go up before and after that.
Yeah,
It's all
man.
ice
They're not
recruiting
spending money
ads.
on that bullshit. Excuse me.
No, you say
They
it.
not.
Yeah,
That's
we ain't
right.
spend that money on that
They
bullshit.
not spending money on that bullshit.
Are you a fan of
know.
Bad Bunny? Do you like Bad Bunny?
Oh,
Going
yeah, are you kidding, man?
I know,
Let's
right?
go, man. You are Titi me
Me
pregunté.
preguntó.
Come on, it's like that shit comes on and you be like, it's
Yeah,
over.
man. And
Right,
then that's
right.
another thing. When we say that music is universal,
Yeah.
it is. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because there's something that I don't know what Bad Bunny is saying,
Mm-hmm.
but I know the feeling. And I know when something's about to drop. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen music from the States conquer all kind of international countries, all kind of countries. And now you're really starting to see other influences bleeding in with whatever it may be, the genre. If it's, K-pop, if it's, and we're seeing a lot of different, we don't understand the language, but we understand that feeling.
That's right.
And we understand how universal music is. And I think that's what we're starting to see even more so in the States. And that's even why I could see Bad Bunny getting on that field during that halftime, bro. You can't front on it.
I mean, Ye said it on air. He was like,
Wait,
we
which
going
one
to visit-
part?
Ye.
I know, but which part you gonna say? I don't want to get you canceled.
I know, right? No. I mean, we're looking at, he's like, man, we going to the studio and it's like we're looking at Bad Bunny and like what he's doing, and like
Yeah.
how that and I think what he was saying is like, when you go in and you have a competitive nature like that as an artist, you're looking at who's at the top right now and like what is the world
Yeah.
listening to and where do I fit in that, right? And we're looking at, our heroes now and they're taking notice of Latin music,
Yeah,
and the impact that it has. And I think that's only going to happen more. I think
Yep.
it's exciting to watch all of these cultural influences really make global impact now. It really does help to bring the whole thing home, and that art is about bringing people together so that we forget our differences,
Yeah.
not to make it all super altruistic, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just saying, great art does that. It's like, that's why you can go look at a painting and just stare at that motherfucker and just be like,
Yeah.
okay, I
Yeah.
don't know what but I love this.
And each one of us could get something different
exactly.
from looking at the same picture
Not knowing where it's from.
and getting a
Yeah.
different feeling and a different emotion and a different connection. And that's exactly what art is. And what anything that fall under that umbrella, music, whatever it may
all
be.
of it, film,
Yeah,
all
bro.
of that that to me is what art and great art is about. It's the emotional quality, the emotional like resonance of anything that has gotten there that makes you go, I don't know who the person is that made this.
Right.
I don't know. I don't even come from the same walk of life, but I feel this. I feel it, and it's gonna stay with you. And then you'll go talk about it. And you find yourself talking to someone maybe you never would talk to or talk with.
Right.
You
Had
know,
that
and-
common accord.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I'm so glad that even when you thought, like, man, do I really want this? And those are real thoughts when you start thinking about life. Like, man, what's my balance here when with this music business? And I'm so glad that you chose to get right back in, do the album,
Word.
present us with the great work, because we need that too. And I know you need it and it's therapeutic, and you got to secure your mask first before you can assist us. But thank you for getting into the studio. Thank you for making a new body of music. I've always enjoyed you as a human being. And I thank you for coming back into the neighborhood, Miguel.
Man, thanks for
And,
having
and
me.
man,
bro.
and once again, congratulations on life,
Yeah.
Yep.
fatherhood,
Yeah.
and Jalito.
Yeah.
birthday.
And he's in his zone.
Yeah.
You know, he in the album. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
even went through. I'm like, man, is there a big boy? Grande in here? Like, is there any shout outs? You know, I'm like, good Lord have mercy. But no, man, and keep smiling, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
Keep smiling.
Thank-
Thank
thank
you for coming into the neighborhood.
Yeah,
And happy
thanks for
birthday
having
to you, brother.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
Congrats.
Get that album for my birthday. Go listen to the album. Buy the album on vinyl.
Oh, you got a hard copy?
Caos. I got the vinyl and the CD. That's right.
Nice.
That's right.
We starting to see that a little bit more again, huh?
Yeah.
I love that.
It's important.
Yeah,
It's
man. You bring
important.
any here?
I didn't this time.
Oh, that's all right. It'd be greater later. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
I got you.
Pick it up.
I wish I would have asked you an hour ago.
I got you.
I
Yeah.
would have stopped the interview. No? Miguel in the neighborhood, Big Boy's neighborhood.